What's up, cats? I'm pretty excited. We're getting ready to roll. Just making my last minute checks here. Got my stabilizer bars in, my torsion bars, and I've got my safety pins locked in. Got my safety chains hooked up. Got my safety clip on the hitch. My electric's hooked up. I think we're about ready to roll. Well, what's happening, cats? We are at our destination, believe it or not, and it's only by the grace of God that we made it here. Check this out. Big blowout. Shredded that one. So, and it was on the passenger side here. Luckily, we had a spare on the back, so we put the spare on. But if that wasn't bad enough, we were about 20 miles from here, and we stopped at a rest stop to use the facilities, because we knew once we got here we had a lot of stuff to do. We just thought we'd go ahead and do that. And so while we're at the rest stop, I just walk around and look at the rest of the tires. Wouldn't you know it, this tire is getting ready to blow out. I don't know if you can tell, but it's kind of bulged out, and there's actually wires sticking out of it. So before we leave, I got to get 2 new tires. Well, we were right on the side of I-71, so I had semis coming, you know, right up and down past here 70 mile an hour, and it was very frightening. And all my tools were right in here. I'm digging for my tools and I can't find the frickin' wrench. And I'm afraid I'm going to get killed, because I was about maybe 3 feet away from the highway, and I was over as far as I could get. It was just a narrow berm there. It was very frightening. V was inside yelling at me not to go out there, not you know, she was so afraid I was going to get hit, and I was worried too. And I finally gave up. I said, okay, I can't find the wrench to take the wheel off, much less the jack. I'm going to have to use the jack in the truck. And every time a truck went by, the whole trailer and pickup was like moving from the wind. So finally she says, you know what, don't mess with it, we're going to call somebody to get help. We got on the phone, and we had to have called 10 different towing companies, to include RV dealers, and nobody could help us. Nobody would help us. Even the tow company said, sorry, we don't do RV trailers. I said, all I need is a tire change. That's all I need. I just don't have the tools to do it. I don't have a jack to get it up. Hindsight's always 20/20. But you know what? I'm going to Harbor Freight. I'm going to get a floor jack that I can jack up this thing easily. I'm going to get a nice wrench that I can pop these wheels on and off with. And before we're all done here, we're getting 4 brand new tires. Plain and simple, not messing with these tires, because if this one blew and that one's getting ready to blow, the other ones are probably close behind. And we got about 150 miles to go back home. I don't want to have to deal with this, with the blowout on the side of the highway again. Well, we've just got all set up here. It's getting late. We got here really late. I mean, we were on the side of the expressway for like 2 hours. It was a real pain in the neck. Luckily, when the guy did come, he had a battery-operated impact wrench, and he just bop, 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 bop. He took the old wheel off, and he had a floor jack too, a 2.5-ton floor jack. He rolled under there, jacked it right up, took the wheel off, put the spare on there, pop, 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 pop. Took him about 10 minutes. And that was $150. Ouch. Hey, the things you got to do in a case of an emergency, though, you know. You just got to bite the bullet. It's either that or I don't know what I would have done. But at least I'm alive and I didn't get whacked by a car. Well, I think it's about dinner time. V's gonna get some dinner on the table. I'm gonna head in and get something to eat, and maybe a little bit later I'll get a campfire going and we can make the best out of this day. Not like I need a fire. It's 80 some degrees out, but I brought a whole truckload of wood and I gotta burn it. You never know what the weather's gonna be. Sometimes the nights are cool. But anyway, yesterday is what we like to call the day from hell. Worst camping trip ever. You know, as I explained, we were on our way down. We had a blowout, tire shredded, and then a tire on the other side has wire coming through. Let me give you a few tips if you have one of these RVs. These tires that come with it, on this particular model, this is a Forest River. What are they called? Castle Rock? Never heard of them before. They're only a 2-ply tire. The guy at the tire store recommended that I should have a 10-ply tire. So these tires are about 4 years old. Now when you look at the tread, you'd think, okay, you know, they still got really good tread on them. They're in really good shape. That's what you would think. But the other thing to take in consideration is when your trailer sits 6 months out of the year, you almost get like a flat spot on the bottom of the tire. And then when you take it out on the highway at 65, 70 mile an hour, something's bound to happen sooner or later. And it happened. So I got 2 bad tires. I am in the middle of who knows where in southeastern Ohio, pretty near close to West Virginia, and I'm going to get 4 brand new tires. Now the other problem I ran into is this trailer doesn't come with a jack, you know, like to lift the tire off the ground to change it. So the only option I have is the jack in my truck, which again is a pretty rinky-dink little crank thing, you know. It only lifts up maybe 12 inches or something like that. You pretty much have to have blocks to use it. I wouldn't even try using it on the trailer, because on the side of the highway with the wind and everything rocking the trailer from all the trucks going by, I wouldn't feel stable using that. So what I did today is I went out and I bought a 3-ton jack. That's going to stay with the trailer. I'll keep it in the cubby there, and just in case an emergency and I got to jack this thing up again, I'm going to have the proper jack. Now the other thing was that came with the trailer was this breaker bar and a socket. It's like a little cheesy, made in China, and it's got an extension on it, and really it flexes too much to really be of something that you can trust. So even if I could get all of the lug nuts off with that, well, how was I going to jack the trailer up to get the wheel off and put the spare on? Big pain in the neck. The other problem I ran into, I didn't run into, but I saw when the tire got changed, was these would take like a deep well to get the spare off of there. So I made sure that I bought the proper tool today. I also purchased a breaker bar and a 3/4 inch 6-point lug to take my bolts off of the wheels, to take the wheel lugs off, to change the wheels. I was on the phone this morning, got a hold of a guy. He said he can have 4 tires for me this afternoon. in which case I'm going to load up the bad one. I'm going to jack up one of these and take it off, and I'm going to take 2 of them in, get those changed. Then I'm going to come back, put those 2 on, and take the other 2 down and get those changed out, and come back and put those on, and we'll have 4 brand new tires. Might take me into tomorrow, I don't know, but you got to do what you got to do. So much for rest and relaxation at the campground. We tried sitting by the campfire yesterday, and you'll see this is the Appalachian foothills, so you know it goes down the hill. Our campfire's down in this little valley, and when we came down here, we had our chairs set up down here. We were sitting down here by the campfire, and I can smell it right now. That's the way I could smell it. There is a sewer station right here. Gross. No wonder we could smell poop right next to our campfire. So I think tonight we'll probably be sitting up there by the hemisphere instead of down here by the camp. I can get a blazing campfire going, but you know, it's so hot. Last night it was so hot I was sweating, and we were sitting a good ways away from the campfire. And we finally ended up going in the air conditioning and just saying the heck with it for one day. So hopefully we have a day or 2 here of some rest and relaxation, some peace and quiet. V's inside enjoying the air conditioning right now, doing her own thing. I'm waiting for a call back for this guy to tell me when I can come and get the tires changed, and then I'm going to run and do that. So we'll see what happens. Another thing you'll want to take into good consideration is this is my tool bin, this big Rubbermaid thing, and I've got everything in there. This breaker bar, socket, other tools, hammer, cording, emergency roadside kit, everything. But you'll see this is on the driver's side. And when I was pulled off on the side of the expressway, I had about maybe this much room. and any further this way, you're going to get whacked by a semi or a car. So it's not real practical to be digging around in here, you know, with my rear end sticking out in traffic. Really dangerous. This is going to get moved over to the passenger side over here, so that if it ever happens again, I can get my tools and everything on the berm away from the traffic. Well, drizzling rain this morning. I don't know what we're going to do today, but it's relaxing just to be here at camp anyways and not have any responsibilities other than me having to make a video, maybe. I did get my new tires. Yep. I got all brand new treads all the way around. So that worked out really well. It was my luck that within 3 miles of here, there's a trucking company. I gave him a call. The guy said, I can get your tires shipped in here. I'll have them yesterday afternoon. He called me about 1:30 and said, I got your tires. Bring your wheels down. Well, I had a spare on the one wheel, so I had my blowout in the truck. I ran down and bought the jack. I jacked up the trailer and pulled another wheel off. So I took 2 wheels down. He switched them out, put the new treads on them. Brought those back, switched them out with the other bad tires. Took those back to the trucking company, and he put the new treads on those too. So 4 brand new tires. We're good to go for a while. He did tell me, he said the tires that I had that blew out were from 2015. They were made in 2015. And he said on an RV trailer, you should really replace your tires, no matter what the wear is on them, no matter how they look, every 4 to 5 years. So he said these tires were well past their lifespan, even though they still had tread on them and looked like they were in pretty decent shape visibly, but internally they were starting to come apart, and that was pretty evident. So we're back in business again. We're happy. All that fiasco is done past us, and I just fried up some bacon. Had some bacon and eggs for breakfast. Life is good. We can all smile again. I can rest at ease that we'll be able to pull this thing home without any issues, because I got brand new treads on there. Paper's still on the tire. Well, cats, thanks for joining us for this camping trip, even though it was kind of an oddball camping trip from hell. V says we'll just chalk this up as a training exercise, so if it happens next time, we'll know what to do. I think next time we're going to be prepared next time for this. So thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. We'd like to have you around. Till next time, guys, we'll catch you all later.